Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can make beautiful writing even if you're left-handed. It helps to have specific calligraphy pens like these, but you can even use standard pens such as these. This one here is just a fountain pen, and this one is a basic cheap ballpoint pen. Now let's get started with this one. I recommend this one. It's called a Pilot Parallel. Special thing about this is the tip. It does not come to a point like most pens. It's flattened out at the edge. It's squared off. It allows you to write thick lines and thin lines with the same pen. So, let's start with the secret of left-handed calligraphy. Draw 45 degrees over and then up. That's all. Not a vertical line, nor horizontal. It's just 45 degrees and then up, just like that. That's the basis for most of the letters you'll write. You can do that with a ballpoint pen too. I'll show you later some words written with these pens. And so this ballpoint, you would do the same thing as the basis for letters. 45 degrees, then up, just like that. Not as dramatic because it's not a special pen, just a regular ballpoint, but let's start writing some words. So, here is the Pilot Parallel again. Let's write the word wild. Notice as I write, that same stroke is used consistently to create the elements of the letters. Do that one more time. Now with this W, you can say 1, 2, 3 times for that W. And I flare it out at the top because I've practiced a little bit, but that's the same method for virtually every letter, and then you can create calligraphy with that. This particular pen, this Pilot Parallel, is special in that you can use the edge of the tip to make fine lines, which can create 3D effects or whatever you want. It's a really artistic pen, really creative. You can even add an underline, little curly cues or embellishments, whatever you'd like. Let's move on to our next pen. The next one is a Llama Safari. This is a popular fountain pen. They often come with a standard point, a standard nib. But this one has a stub nib, which just means it's squared off, just like the Pilot Parallel we just used. This one is a little smaller. You can get them in larger sizes, just like the Parallel. You can get it in much larger sizes, but I usually use these to write letters, so I want to fit a lot of words on the page, so I use the smaller nibs. Let's write the name Nikola Tesla, the underrated visionary scientist. As you can see, it's the same movement. 45 degrees over and then up. 45 degrees, up. Some letters, like that S, will be a little harder, but of course that comes with practice. You can develop your own way to work around that. Let's move on to writing calligraphy with pens that are not specifically made for it. Here I have a fountain pen, but it does not have a stub or italic nib. It does not have the squared off tip. It's just a standard fountain pen. So here, let's go back to the Parallel. You'll see that when you write one way, it has thick lines, and then sideways it has the very thin lines. Those are definitely great for calligraphy. But yes, this one, any way you write with it, you get the same thickness of the line. I'll use the same method again as the basic way to write the letters. Since all lines with this pen are comparably thin, you will need to keep the lines closer together for a more uniform and clean look. I'll write the name Mo Sizlak. He's the bartender from The Simpsons. Some letters, such as this Y here, have taken more practice, as will the letter S. But lastly, the L, A, and K are simple using the left-handed calligraphy method. And you'll find that most letters can be written with this same method. Alright, finally, let's use the cheap ballpoint pen. As expected, there's nothing special about this. It's just a cheap old pen you can get anywhere. There's no line variation, nothing fancy. But watch as I write. Using the same 45 degrees and then up method. It becomes very easy to create more beautiful writing. I'll write Yellowstone National Park, since this is a complimentary pen from the Old Faithful Inn in Yellowstone, where I used to work. If you get a chance to visit there, it's a really spectacular and beautiful place. So there it is. Calligraphy, even with a cheap, throwaway ballpoint pen. But of course, I must go back to the Pilot Parallel and show you that a special pen such as this one is worth the investment. A pen like this is about $10 US. That may sound like a lot for just a pen, but if you can get your handwriting like this, then I guarantee you that the reaction from your coworkers, your boss, your classmates, or your friends, it will be worth much, much more. So, thank you very much, and I hope this video shows how you can easily make calligraphy if you are left-handed. Enjoy!